and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my 2023-24, that's crazy, school planner walkthrough. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this year I decided to go with a planner from For the Love of Pi. I saw them on Instagram. They are a small business, or I think it's just she. I think it's one person. And she basically hand makes all of her planners. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you just the cover sheet to start. So right here, For the Love of Pi. And I decided to go with her planner, one, to support a small business, and two, because she had the most customizable, I guess would be the right word, in terms of how many planning period spaces you needed, the layouts, all of that. So I did decide to go with this one, and I thought I might go ahead and just give you a little walkthrough in case you are curious and looking for a planner for yourself. I am not very good at keeping a planner going. I have tried in the past to do like personal planners and things like that. They tend to not work for me. We'll see how I do this year. But since I am moving into the library, I thought it might be a good idea to have a place to actually write down my plans for my various grade levels. I have not fully decided how I'm going to use the layout, which I'll explain a little bit more when we get into like the walkthrough, but it did seem that this was the one that was most suited to a special area teacher, which is why I decided to go ahead and give it a whirl. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna show you the cover except for the part where my name is, because I have my school name on there as well. But I did go with this book design for obvious reasons, you know, the library. And I do have my name, my school name, and the year on there. My one thing is that I wish you could customize fonts. That would be my only complaint about the cover. I wish you could customize the fonts to like change them up, because everything is in the same font, which is fine, but it would be a little bit cuter if you could customize fonts. So that's the one thing that I wish you could change about the cover, but otherwise I think it's adorable. So now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna tip you down, and I'm gonna do my best to walk you through this planner. It is empty. I have not put anything in it. I may do like a flip through. Once I start planning, I'm planning on doing like a planning video, and at that point I can show you a little bit more of what I've put in the planner. This is just going to be a very straightforward walkthrough slash flip through of the For the Love of Pi planner. So let me tip you down and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the cover page. I will put my name here. I usually have someone make it on their Cricut. I am not very good with cursive fonts, which is what I usually prefer, so I'll probably order that from Etsy, but yes. Basic cover page. Then we get into the calendar. So this does go from July through June 2023-2024. Then we have just an events page for you to fill in and put whatever you need to do. So I will probably use this for things like book fairs, family nights, school events, that kind of stuff. And then we have this goals page here. So it just says goal, purpose slash motivation, challenges, start, end, success, notes, and there's room for 4 of them. And then we get into the monthly page. So it's just got some lines at the top, some like bullet points right here, and another box right here. And then we have the calendar, which is a double spread. So Sunday through Saturday with a box over here for notes. And it's also got the dates right here. So June, the previous month, and then August, the next month. And it's got a little quote up at the top. So this one says, "Be happy in the moment, that's enough. Each moment is all we need, not more." And that's a quote from Mother Teresa. And also holidays are listed on the calendar. So then we get into what I personally liked the most, and that was that this has a vertical layout. I realized a couple of years ago that vertical layouts work better for me, so I can keep the book flipped like this, you know, and just see Monday through Wednesday and then flip it again for Thursday, Friday. This also has boxes for Saturday and Sunday. It's got a to-do list and again, like the monthly calendar down here, but vertical spreads just work the best for me personally. That way I only have to focus on one page and I don't have to look all the way across. So my thought is that I have typically 4 to 5 classes, 4 to 5, not 45, 4 to 5 classes per day based on the schedule that she showed me a few weeks ago. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 class periods right here. So I'm thinking probably I will just write out whatever the lesson is on Mondays or whatever the first day of the week is, and then just refer to it back. So for instance, if I put pre-K's lesson because they're the class that I will have first, I'll put exactly what I'm going to do with them here, and then I can just do like write pre-K again, pre-K, etc. So that way I don't have to rewrite the same lesson. Now pre-K is a little different. I will only have them for about 25-ish minutes because they are splitting library time with art, so they will go from library to art. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have pre-K every day because there's only 2 pre-K classes. So yes, I might see them more than once per week. So if that's the case, I could just do like pre-K lesson 1 here and then repeat it on this day, pre-K lesson 2, and then repeat it here. But obviously that will all depend on what my schedule actually looks like. But I would have room for a pre-K, K, 1 and 2 lesson, and then a 5th box because I do think on 2 days I do have 5 classes, but I can't quite remember. But yes, that is what the weekly spread looks like all the way through. So I'll go ahead and just flip. They are dated, so it does have the dates on here. Obviously this was July, which I'm not using because I do not return to school in July, thank goodness. So we're just flipping through. Then we have a note page just with lines, and then again, August comes back with the same setup as July had. So that's the monthly setup for each month. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip through. So we have August, we have September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, which would be my last month and is the last month in this planner. Then you flip and you have some 2024 dates to remember. It's just a page right here. That's at the end of the calendar rather than having, you know, more weekly spreads. And then we have a section that says teacher. So this is because this is a teacher planner. So let's take a look at what we've got. So we have a page to put your passwords. I never use this. We also have class schedule, which I probably will fill out with my schedule so I can just list who I have when. And there's another page of that right here if you have like a different schedule for each day, I would assume, or different weeks. We have a professional development tracking log, which I do not have to do. My district does all of our PD online, so it tracks it for us. And again, there's another page right here. We have a conference schedule, which I'm not sure that I will necessarily use, although as a specialist, I may push in to certain conferences. It just depends, so I can maybe write that down there. And there's multiple pages of that. Then we have this events and trips page, which I definitely won't be using. We do have a volunteer list. I guess I could possibly use this for like the book fair, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe keep some parent volunteers here. So yeah, that is a thought. Expense record, I don't have to submit this, so I probably won't use this, although, you know, that could change. We have another expense record here, and then we just have some checklists. So they just say things like to do, and you can list what you need to do. So there's multiple of those. We have a contact list here. There's front and back of that. I probably won't use this because at least at my previous school, we were supposed to put our parent contacts in the information management system that we used, which was called Tyler Sys. So I don't know that I would necessarily write them down. I would probably just put them right in the computer, but that will depend because this school could want me to do something different. Then we have a tab that says students. And in this one, it says student birthdays. Obviously, since I am teaching the whole school, I will not be writing down every single student's birthday. That is crazy, but it does have 2 pages. And then this is another parent communication log. Again, I probably won't use this. I might use the volunteer list depending on book fair, things like that. We have a student health thing, which I usually do fill out, and especially since I'll be seeing the whole school, it might be a good idea to list anything that I know about that I might need to reference. And this is another one that I will definitely be using this year because this is the accommodations that go along with student IEPs or 504 plans, and that could be very important for me to have just, again, as a quick reference. They do give us profile sheets, but this might be just an easy way to flip and look at that. Then we have some tabs for student data. I am not going to need to do this, so we'll just skip through that, but looks like they give you a decent amount. And then we do have seating charts. So it says seating plans, and this is just a grid, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages because I am teaching the whole school. So I did put some additional ones of these in. They were not included. It didn't come with 18. That's just what I included just to make it easier so that I could put a seating chart for each of my classes. And then finally, we have a notes tab here. I also did add a couple more notes pages. These are just lined pages, and they're just blank. There's nothing written on them. And I did add quite a few of those so I can use them to keep notes. Then it comes with this little coloring page here. Actually, a few coloring pages, so that's nice. We have flowers, leaves, more flowers. And then we have this tab for grades. Now, I do not give grades in library, so I am not going to have to use this, but it does come with like a grading chart so you can see, you know, percentages and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. And then again, we have lined paper right here. And then this would be like the grade book. But since I don't use grade books, I probably will not use this part back here. But it looks like there's quite a few of them. And then we're at the back and we have another lined page and then just the back cover. So that was just a quick little flip through of the For the Love of Pi teacher planner. Obviously, as I'd mentioned, she has different layouts available. There were some horizontal ones. You could also pick more or less planning periods depending on how many classes you teach. But I felt like this was the one that was most useful as a special area teacher, so we will just see if that is correct. But it is very good quality. It has really nice thick covers. It's a laminated cover. The pages feel nice. They're not super thick. The pages are a little bit glossy, so that could be an issue for some of you depending on what kind of pens you want to use. I haven't tried anything out, so I don't know what writes best, but hopefully the pens that I have will work fine. But yeah, I like the colors. I like that it's got the different tabs so I can flip easily to the different sections. And hopefully I will actually get some use out of this because me and planners do not typically get along very well, especially as the year goes on. So we'll see. But yes, that is a look at the For the Love of Pi Teacher Planner. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. I will be doing a plan with me, so stay tuned for that. And I will also go through and like put district dates and things like that in at that point as well. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.